Welcome to Wabash Valley College and our first ever Radio, TV, and Digital Media Department High School Student Emmy Awards. You're catching on. This is good. So I'm Kyle Peach. I am the Director of Broadcasting and the lead instructor of our department. And as we get started, first of all, I want to commend all of you for the work that we have had the honor and privilege of watching, looking at, and listening to. As we set out to host this event for the first time, I don't think I really knew what to expect, but I can tell you that your skill and creativity literally blew us away. Second, I want you to help me in acknowledging your instructors. Mrs. Boots from the Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center. Mrs. Cockrum from Hamilton County. Mrs. Cox from North Clay. Bennett is here in spirit representing Mount Vernon. His school's under state testing going on today, but somehow he was able to get out of that and come here. So help him welcome Mr. Golson and his crew. They're going to be watching a recording of this later on. Also, not able to be with us today, other end-of-year, inter-semester issues, Mrs. Hemrick from Flora, Mrs. Orr from Carmi, and Mr. Ryden from Richland County High School. Give all of these teachers a round of applause, because we know that good creative work in the digital media world only happens when you're inspired. So thanks to the teachers for inspiring your students to create the exceptional works that we have the pleasure of honoring here today. Their work is an example and a reflection of your excellent teaching. I also want to acknowledge folks here at Wabash Valley College who are instrumental in making today happen. First, to my colleague in the broadcasting department, Eli Grimes. Thanks for your support and hard work. Also, thanks to Jill Winter, who's the speech and communications instructor and our writing for media class teacher, for her work behind the scenes with logistics and design. Thanks to Dane Inman from the college recruiting office and his staff for helping coordinate today's event. Also, thanks to the Brubeck Arts Center staff, Dennis Stromat and Luke Bunting, making things work here in the theater for us today. And to our maintenance and custodial staff for all they do for us on a daily basis here. And finally, thanks to our students in the radio TV department for helping us in serving as our selection committee, our panelists that you'll hear from in a moment, and everything else they're going to do today to make this work. So, what we're going to do is begin our first little session today and bring up some current WVC students for a little panel discussion. So, I don't have the Price is Right, come on down theme song ready to play, but come on down to our panelist group. I told them to come down as if they were arriving on The Price is Right. That was less energetic than The Price is Right arrival. So, starting from left to right, this is always the worst part. I know who they are, but when you get nervous and you have bright lights on stage, you forget people's names. So we'll see if I do this right. This is Austin Harrelson from Hamilton County High School. He is a sophomore student. Next up is Riley Angel from Mount Vernon, a SIGTIG student, a freshman. North Clay, you're going to have to pick one of the next three to represent you, okay? So we're going to fix that this fall, though, right? No, I'm just kidding. Rebecca Barker is from Sumner, graduate of Bridgeport, Red Hill High School. Rylan Robb is a sophomore student from Edwards County, Albion. And Eli Grimes, a former student, now employee in the department, my right-hand man, so to speak. So welcome them all to the stage. We've decided to forego the panel discussion. Now we're going to ask just Jeopardy questions. Hands on buzzers. No, I'm just kidding. Grab the mic. So I want you to first go down the line, and you can introduce yourself. I just introduced you, but What are you doing here in the radio TV department, and what is your future goal, your future plan, where you're headed next? Anything you know about the future for you? Austin, let's go.
Yeah, like you said, I'm Austin Harrelson. I came here to broadcast games, be a play-by-play announcer, and I got a lot of experience doing it, and I've also been able to be a sports reporter on the sidelines as well during big-time games. So, yeah, just working in sports.
There you go. We'll talk more about his experiences here in a moment. Riley.
I'm Riley. I'm also here for sports broadcasting. I've got the opportunity to do a bunch of games with Austin and with other students as well.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Barker. Again, I'm from Sumner, Illinois. I'm a sophomore. I'll be graduating here in just a couple weeks, which is exciting. But I do a lot here in the studio. I have my own radio show with Rylan, but other than that, I run our social media pages. I love doing that. I started doing that probably last year. I do a lot for our 89.1 The Bash page, and that's kind of where I'm going with that when I transfer.
Hey everybody, I'm Rylan Robb. I came to Wabash Valley with Kyle in this program because I always liked doing video editing and video production, always had a passion for that with media. Edwards County High School, they didn't really have a video program. It's just something I enjoyed doing, and I knew Kyle in this program could help me further that, so that's kind of what I do. I have my own talk show. Like Rebecca said, I have a radio show with her, and just kind of getting hands-on, doing a little bit of everything, and kind of learning everything. And then in the fall, I plan to transfer to the University of Evansville to help continue my education.
Hey everybody, it's Eli Grimes. That's an intro, isn't it? But I came to Wabash kind of like Rylan. I was interested in the video editing aspect of broadcasting and everything. That quickly transpired into a love for radio, and I paired that into... Once I graduated Wabash Valley, I went to the radio station in Fairfield and worked there for a while. And then an opportunity to come back to Wabash and work with Kyle, my former instructor, to kind of teach the next generation of broadcasters like yourself and like these lovely students next to me. So I'm enjoying that, and hopefully that will continue into the future.
Are they really lovely? No, I'm just kidding. We'll just pass the mic back down. I'm going to start. Let's start with Riley next. So one of the things that I think you guys might find out. How many of you out here are thinking that you're going to go into a career that somewhat relates to something media related? Okay. All right. So. I think what's interesting when we ask the question about going to work in something that is media related is how many different things that can be, right? The skills that you've learned, whether you're going to go into the world of media or not, as a full-time job, are going to be assets for you. So one thing that I've learned through the jobs that I've applied for through the years and the connections that I've made and the people that I've talked to is become indispensable. Know how to do everything where it is that you go to work. You are going to have a skill set, whether it is designing graphics, editing video, speaking before crowds of people, into microphones, editing audio, whatever that may be. Those are skills that other people going into the nursing field or going into the business field may not possess. And that's going to give you a leg up, no matter what the career is that you start to take. So my next question to my panel is, and you'll see mixed bag responses, right? So Riley and Austin are going to tell you that they came here knowing exactly what they wanted to do, and that has kind of become what they've done. I think the rest of the group, as you may have heard them allude to, are going to tell you that they came here thinking maybe one thing, but fell in love with something else. And so when you look at coming into the media world, I want you to kind of keep an open mind and experience it all for the results that you heard. So you came here wanting to do what? What are you doing? And then what's the one thing maybe that you've done since you've been here that's kind of surprised you, that you've enjoyed, that maybe you didn't expect?
Well, obviously I came here to do sports broadcasting, and I've been doing that pretty much this entire year. I got the chance to, since Kyle wanted an early retirement with Mount Carmel basketball, got the chance to do Mount Carmel basketball games on the radio this year. I'm doing Mount Vernon, Indiana baseball games right now. So a lot of that is kind of what I came here to do, and I'm learning from Kyle, who is a play-by-play guy himself. One thing that I've really enjoyed doing here is audio and video production. I learned that I really enjoy doing that at SICTIC when I went there for my 2 years in high school, and then coming here, being able to expand on that has been a real blessing, and I'm glad I get to do that.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing for me. There wasn't really one sport specifically that I wanted to call, but been given the opportunity to call football, basketball, and baseball. But going back to my Hamco days, I worked with a lot of Adobe Audition, Adobe, Premiere Pro, stuff like that. And I always really enjoyed doing that. But I didn't come to school to do that. But I still kept that passion of, just enjoying to do all that stuff.
All right, Rebecca, I know things have kind of changed all over for you, right?
Yes, so I came in, so this is actually I've been here for 5 semesters. I came into this program a semester later because I was originally going for elementary education. And then I flipped that and came into this program, which is amazing. I wish I would have started in this program because I absolutely love it. But yeah, I came in thinking I wanted to do video production. That's what I wanted to do. I love video editing, everything that goes into it, the planning. I'm a planner. I write everything out before I go and create something. But I came in, this is what I want to do, and then I started making graphics. I think it was last spring semester. At the end, we had 3 sophomores leave. They graduated, and I made graphics for them. I think they were all 3 of them were on the radio, and 2 of them were on our news channel. And so I made graphics for them and posted them, and I found my love in that. And so I came back, and I've now fallen in love with creating stuff for social media, which if you would have told me that when I first started, I would have been like, nah, no thanks. I don't do social media. But now I've fallen in love with it. One thing I always recommend is have somebody read over your social media posts. Definitely if there's a lot of words, because even though you may think you have everything right, your brain's putting it in there. You may have a couple letters switched. You may have a word in there that you don't mean to put in there, double word. Always have somebody read over it. I've learned that. But
I will tell you on that front, we all were here working late last night. I think I finally left here at 1:30 a.m., making sure everything was good to go. And you know what the last thing I caught was? On this very slide, digital, the it in the middle, the T and I were flipped. Mm-hmm. Woo! That's a good 1:30 a.m. catch, I'm telling you. That's normally a 1:30 a.m. mistake, not a 1:30 a.m. fix, right? So we got that fixed. So yes, draft, review, then post, right?
yes, and so anytime I make something, I send it over to Eli, Kyle, or Jill Winter, the one he mentioned her earlier. I always have them read over it. And then that also turned into not only making content for the Bash or news, I now do graphics and designs and flyers for stuff all over campus. And I've really loved that.
So, Kyle, I think what you said kind of sums it up best. Keep an open mind. I think that's really important. No matter what you do, not just media, I think throughout any career, I think it's important to keep an open mind for anything. But for me, like I said earlier, I came for video production, and I still love it. That's still one of my favorite things to do. But with 89 Win the Bash we have here, the radio station, it's a requirement to do stuff with that for the program, but I never thought I would enjoy it as much as I do. Me and Rebecca co-host the Road Home Show on Thursdays on the Bash from 2 to 4. Go listen. But I've really enjoyed doing that. It's fun. We've put a lot into it. We've had some special shows, like a Christmas edition show. We had a special 50th anniversary show for the Bash, because the Bash is 50 years old now this year. Whoop, whoop. But we had music playing through all the decades leading up to now, and I thought that was really cool. And I've just enjoyed doing all the radio stuff. And then kind of going back to what Austin and Riley said, I had the pleasure of calling games with Riley for Mount Carmel basketball games this fall and into this spring, and I never thought that I would enjoy it as much as I do, but I really did, and I'm grateful for all the opportunities.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off of what Rylan said, when you get here, spoiler alert if anyone decides to take any classes with Kyle, one of the first questions that Kyle Peach will ask you is, why are you here and what is it that you want to do? And, you know, it's kind of like a give a fun fact about yourself kind of theme, and you're like, oh crap, I don't have anything to say. I have nothing on the mind. So I thought, I'll just say video editing because that was what the last two people before me said. But then you really get into it and you actually enjoy what you're doing and you say, wow, I actually do like video editing. And that turns into, okay, well, can you create this for this specific event that we need? And you say, of course I can do that. And you create that. And that transpires into more and more and more events and other things. And you just, the more you go with the more you do, you start to branch out. You get outside of your comfort zone, and that just builds your skill set. So like Kyle said, branch out, do everything, get the best experience of everything that we have to offer. And that's what most of us have done. Like I said, I started with the video aspect, and then that transpired into radio, which that's my heavy favorite now. You know, I run the music for our radio station 89.1 The Bash, so creating logs each week, monitoring charts, billboards, that kind of thing, seeing what's trending on TikTok, you know, that kind of thing, seeing what everyone's enjoying listening to. That aspect of the job is so much fun. And content creation for our social media that I help Rebecca with, and as well as most of our students help us run that as well. But you get the best of everything. Sports broadcasting is another thing I love to do that I don't do as much of as I was a student, but whenever I need to help here and there, setting up with equipment or doing a game if I need to, it's always a lot of fun. So I just encourage you to, whatever it is that you end up doing, just branch out, become the best at everything. That way you are indispensable.
When somebody hears me talk to classes, one of the things you'll hear me say often is be willing to do the things that you don't necessarily like to do so that you get to do the things you love to do, right? That's one of my favorite phrases. And, you know, I'll tell you that there are a lot of things about teaching I don't enjoy. Can I get an amen from my teaching brethren, right? The state reports, the lesson plan, there's the whole bunch. Just stop it, right? Just let me close the door and let me teach. That's what I want to do. But I love to edit video. I love to report the news. I love to announce games. And I get to do the things I love to do and teach the next generation of people about the things I'm passionate about, but I'm going to do the things I don't necessarily like to do so that I can get to continue to do those things that I love to do. Eli brought up the question that I asked, who are you and what are you doing here? What do you want to learn? You ready for the most interesting / creative / downright scary answer I ever got to that question? Thank you. I was told by a student, I am here because the judge says I have to be. Okay. And just what did the judge convict you of? That was my next question. No. I'm like, my answer literally was, okay. They did not survive the class. They didn't make it through. Sadly. Rebecca's social mediaing right now. See, so I have to get my right side corrected. Okay, so next question for the panel. And by the way, we're going to have a time for you to ask questions at the end. Journalism is a good part of what you've learned to do, I think, along the way. So ask good questions, okay? Otherwise, we're going to sit and stare at each other for about 5 minutes if you don't have good questions. So be thinking of good questions. Now, next question for this group. Experiences. One of the things that is, I think, what makes our program and programs like the ones you're in really cool is we're very experience-based, experiential, right? My classes, like meet-in-classroom classes, meet for an hour in person 1 day a week. each class. Right? So selling point 200.3 of coming into the program here is if you're a freshman student, your first semester, you will have classes on Monday and Wednesday. That's it. Right? Monday, Wednesday. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you're not coming here Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But what I am saying is, when you're here at all other times except for those 3 hours, 4 hours a week, you're doing stuff, right? You're working on projects. You're doing the radio shows. You're helping anchor the news. You're doing games. Our sports people love games. The rest of them may not so much, but we do over 100 different games every school year. Basketball, football, soccer, volleyball, baseball, softball. We haven't done golf yet, but that sounds fun. I don't know how we would do that. Haven't done tennis either. That would be easy. Soccer's really hard. He kicks it over there. He kicks it over here. What else do you say? Goal, right? Occasionally. I have done some play-by-play for the University of Evansville on the ESPN platform down there. Also asked by the Missouri Valley Conference to go do the men's soccer conference tournament in Chicago. It was my first big league experience, right? And they actually flew me from Evansville to Chicago, put me up in a hotel for 3 days, drove me wherever I wanted to go in Chicago for those 3 days, and then I announced the games. I felt like I knew nothing about soccer, by the way. Just fake it till I make it, right? And the game ended on what was called a golden goal, the championship game, which means they made a goal at the end in overtime, and it ended the season. So it was a pretty cool highlight. Fortunately, I had researched terminology to know what golden goal was and got to call one. So you get experience doing crazy things in this business. And I want to ask you guys about your favorite experience so far in the program.
So within the program, I actually just a few weeks ago got to go to Casper, Wyoming with our women's basketball program to the NJCAA national tournament. And I can't say that Wyoming was that much exciting, but calling the games was pretty awesome. Good experience, and you know, that's really what it is. It's just experience. And then outside of the program, I've been able to get internships with broadcasting as well. So there's a team in Marion, a part of the Prospect League, that I call games for. And so I travel all over with them. I get everything paid for.
Tell them the name.
Oh, the Throwville Throwbillies.
There you go.
The name of the team.
Love it.
And now you just get to go all over, you know, and I've been blessed and grateful for the experience that I've gotten inside the program and what I've created outside the program.
So there have been a lot of things that I have done in my very short time here so far. I've been able to do a lot of Mount Carmel basketball games, a lot of college games as well. Probably my favorite moment here in the program is going to Carbondale for the, I say semi-state because I'm from Indiana, but it's the super sectional
yes.
here in Illinois. In Carbondale, I got to call that one. That was pretty fun. Outside of the program, I've done a lot of cool things as well with the University of Evansville. And their ESPN department. I got to call a men's basketball game this year at the Ford Center, which was really fun. But all of that kind of ties in together of what I've learned here, what I've learned in high school and through all my experiences.
Oh, goodness. To pick one of my favorites, it's kind of hard because I've been here for so long and there's so many great memories. And I do want to say, when you're in this program, we're not just friends. We like to say we're a family here because we all get really close because we work together outside of school hours or class hours, whatever you want to say, so much that you get to know one another.
I'm jumping in. All together, where are you going for lunch today? 1, 2, 3.
Taco.
Okay. That's proof. Continue.
And sometimes we invite him.
Sometimes I get to go.
Well, when you don't have other lunch plans.
I interrupted you. Continue on
Okay.
with what you're saying. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, we enjoy each other's company. Don't get us wrong, we do get on each other's nerves every once in a while. Like, by the end of last night, we were like, whew. But anyways, every year we take a trip to Evansville. I think we went to Henderson, Kentucky last year, to News Channel 25, and then I don't remember the radio station we went to last year, WNIN. And we get to see people that have made this their career and see them in action, get to see how crazy it gets when they're live on air, and it was just like, wow. There was something about that, like, there's a lot that goes into it. And yes, we do a lot here, but when you're out there seeing it in person, it's like, whoa. And I lost my train of thought. It's fine. But yes, that's always something I always look forward to, is going and seeing what they do after they graduate college, and make it their career, and hear them talk about how they started down here and now they're up here, and they're living what they want to do, and it's really cool.
Oh, wow. I'm a lot like Rebecca on this one. I think it's hard to pick one thing as a favorite. Just because there's so many opportunities and I've done so many things, it's hard to pick one thing. But to hit on what everybody else has outside of the program, in terms of internship, I've had the opportunity to go intern at Oakland City University and be a marketing intern, which I think provides a different perspective for me, at least, which I've thoroughly enjoyed doing, making promotional videos, going out and doing events and stuff. I really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed doing the radio show, calling games, like I've already talked about, but I think my favorite thing that I've done here is the talk show I did with one of my best friends last year and continued on to this year, the Not So Late Show. We put together a late night talk show similar to what you'd see like Jimmy Fallon on NBC, and we would get guests, local guests from the community. We'd have them come on and do an interview, and then we do like a game with them or an activity. So I'm trying to think. We had my favorite one is we had the head baseball coach and head softball coach here from Wabash Valley College, and we had them in, we did the interview, and then for our game, me and my co-host, we played Super Mario Sluggers, Baseball Mario, with the baseball and softball coach, and that was really fun, and it turned out really well, so that's got to be one of my favorite things.
As all of these students said, there are a lot of experiences that you will experience in your 2 years at Wabash. But I think for me, the highlight as a student and as faculty now is the Carbondale trip we take at the end of every year. Not at the end, I would say early March to mid-March, somewhere around those lines. But you get the experience to have the full broadcasting sportscast. You're streaming the game, you're running a camera switcher, you're having announcers. This year was our first year that we did an actual sideline reporter with both of the coaches at the beginning and end of halftime. So seeing that broadcast after it was done, in the moment, it's so stressful, but it's exhilarating at the same time because you have to do this at this certain time or this isn't going to look great. But the aftermath of that, when you get messages from several people that says, this looked incredible, this looked professional, you guys did an outstanding job, that makes it all worth it in the moment. And as a student, it's so much fun, but then as faculty, to see all of these students accomplishing that feat that you once did, it gives you a different sense of pride in what this program is and the people that partake in that program.
I would point out what's interesting about being asked. So we are asked every year by the IHSA and NFHS network to produce that super sectional game on the campus of Southern Illinois University at Carbondale, where they have a radio TV program. They're a great program, but I always try to guess who got asked to come to your campus and do this event? They are an award-winning program, so I'm not dissing on SIUC. Okay, they're a great school, but I have to get that little dig in when I can. I want to stop asking them questions and let you ask questions. So a chance to ask questions of college students and an advisor staff member who is in the program. Anything you want to ask about their experiences coming to college, leaving high school, their most embarrassing moment on air. Whatever you want to ask, now's the time. Let's go. Yeah. What's your most embarrassing moment on air? I knew that was coming. Here we go.
Am I allowed to say a cuss word?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
We're
Okay.
amongst friends today.
Okay, so this was my sophomore year in the program, and my buddy and I, Kyler Gammon, he's in Nashville now. He's in a Belonging Co-College, so it's kind of a media, church-related college program. But at the time, we were doing a college volleyball game, and we've got everything set up. We're good to go. We get into the broadcast. It's going smooth, and we go to commercial break, and everything's fine. Kyler starts looking at a Pizza Hut ad. We have these screens on the side of our gymnasium. He's looking at a Pizza Hut ad. And, you know, mics are presumably off. They're not hot. We're good. We're in commercial. He goes, Eli, that pizza looks so damn good. And I say, yeah, it's not bad. And he's like, I'm so hungry, man. I'm like, come on, dude. And it's fine because our microphones are off. But then we start getting text message after text message. Your mics are on. And we both just look at each other. We're like, oh my God. And we sit in that good silence for 5 minutes, and then we get back into it, and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that on air. That pizza looks so damn good. So that's my most embarrassing moment on it. I didn't say it, but it was just the whole broadcast. It was not great.
Pizza does sound so dang good right now, right? I know. All right.
I'm still thinking. I got to come back to me.
You're going? Awesome.
So my freshman year, last year, me and a kid that used to go to school here, we used to call Gibson Southern games. And I think it was the last game. So it was during the Indiana playoffs. I don't know what they call it, but I don't know what round we were in, but we traveled 2.5 hours to Owen Valley. And I just remember quarterback, was it Tanner Boyd? Is that his name? It throws in an interception. We're down by 7, and I proceed to. I never told you this because I
He's
didn't
about
want
to
to get
fail.
bitched
He's
at.
about not to graduate next month. I have a feeling.
Yeah, so I said shit on air, and it kind of sounded like shoot, but I definitely said shit because pick 6, and that was bad. I was terrified for about a week, but.
Now I feel like a terrible teacher, so thanks for that. No
problem.
Two cuss word stories on the air here.
Now, I can't think of one for me personally, but I know a colleague of mine who works at Posey County Radio in Indiana. He does some of the Mount Vernon football games for them, and linemen in football, everyone knows, linemen in football are they're bigger, whether it be, muscle or not. But okay, Austin.
Fat.
I tried to be okay.
Speaking from experience, yeah.
But this dude, just to preface, he makes up heights and weights if they aren't on the roster. So he'll say, like he was at a basketball game, and I forget what school it was, but they didn't have heights. He goes, well, that kid, I think he's 6'2", 155, something like that. But this kid's doing a football game, and this lineman, he breaks through, he gets a pancake, and he goes, and the play-by-play guy says it's a pancake, and then the color guy, his name is Alan, I won't say his last name, he goes, well, I think that kid needs to lay off the pancakes, if you know what I'm saying. On air, the kid's father is watching. So the kid's father proceeds to go to Posey County Radio's Facebook and absolutely berate this guy, which he should. Needless to say, whenever he did the girls' playoff game, my boss made sure to say, do not say heights and weights.
Right. We just leave that out. I will tell you, you may not have one, and if you don't have one, that's okay. I will tell you that I thought you were going to go tell the story about the guy that you worked with that called the North Posey softball state championship game. State championship game. They won the game on a walk-off home run. And the call that will live in infamy in the lore of North Posey High School sports stardom. Swinging a long drive. Holy crap! Holy crap, right? I mean, that's what we're going to pick. Anyway, yeah. So we have stories. It happens. Just make sure there are things that happen that you can recover from, right? Hot mics. I try to tell students, always assume when you walk into a room with a microphone, whether it says it's on or not, presume that it is on, and go from there. Other questions? We're going to run short on time, so I want to give you one last good question from anybody before we let them go. They will be out. That I wanted to just quit, or they wanted to just quit? Anybody want to answer that? Anybody?
I mean, there's times that gets really stressful, and it just feels like, okay, like, I just want to knock things off my list because right now I'm going crazy. But I don't think there's ever been a time that I just go, okay, I'm done. Because you find enjoyment in what you do, and you know the satisfaction of, when I get this done, I'm going to feel much better, and I'm going to be happy with what I did. So I don't think there's been a time that I want to be like, okay, I'm done, I quit, I'm walking out. But there has been times that are really stressful. I'm not saying this is not a stressful place. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs. We like to hang out, but sometimes it does get very stressful.
I do think, yeah, there's been times where it's been very, very stressful, like Rebecca said, very frustrating at times, where I don't think I wanted to ever quit the program or the classes, but there's been times I wanted to quit projects and just not do them anymore because they were getting tough, right? But I've had good people around me that have pulled me up and been like, no, we need to finish this. We need to work through it. And we did. And I think it's just good. Like, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think I would have regretted it had I not finished these projects like I have.
Yeah, just to kind of follow up on that, I think in any, not even in a career setting, there has been times, and raise your hand if you agree with this, that there is just someone that you will butt heads with, and it will just irritate you to no end. Has anybody met someone like that will just irritate you? Yep, see? I think everybody in this room can probably raise their hand in some instance throughout their life. But that is just how it is in any setting. You know, you're always going to have a differing of ideas, a different way, different thought process on how to get something done in the most proper way. But everybody's going to have a different way of doing something, so it's important to remember that even if you are frustrated, the person that you are frustrated with is probably frustrated with you because you're not seeing the way they want to do something. So it's a matter of just balancing ideas, bouncing off of each other, and accomplishing the goal that you both set out for, or in any group setting. So it's just important that you don't quit, you kind of work through your frustration and end up doing what you set out to do.
I would say, to kind of wrap things up here, find something that you're passionate about, something that you enjoy doing, right? And it will never feel like work. It might get tough, it might get hard, but I would challenge you as you're making college decisions and career decisions to find something that you're passionate about, because if you have that passion for it, you may dislike it at times, but you're going to fall in love with it, and that will never leave you. I want to give us an opportunity. We're running a few minutes behind. That's okay. These guys will be here all day long and will answer any questions you may have throughout the day. But I want to give us a time for a quick 10-minute break before we get into the Emmy Awards themselves. Restrooms out the hall to the left, and waiting for you are some snacks and rally towels for the ceremony that is about to begin. So head on out. Be back here in 10 minutes or less, all right? All right, I think everybody is back in from our break, I hope. If not, they may miss their big moment, but we'll go with that. So now for what you're here for today, it's time for the Emmy Awards. So, woo! And you've got rally towels. Yeah, this is good. So, believe it or not, we had an impressive total of over 100 entries from all of our area schools for the competition today. So I want you to know that you're up against 100 different entries, and we've defined about 27, I think is where we ended up, 27 categories here today. So not everybody's submission is even going to be recognized as a nominee for a category. Some submissions we couldn't find a home for categorically. Some submissions, we had others that beat you out for spots in categories. So I want you to realize that less than half of the 100 nominations were actually nominated for an award. So just seeing your entry on the screen is an accomplishment. I'm trying to keep the tomatoes and oranges and booze from the crowd to a minimum, right? Sincerely, though, please be proud of everything that you have done here today and recognize that as you're a finalist that appears, even though you may not win an award, that's still quite the accomplishment. Also, some of our schools are participating remotely today, so we're glad that they're here with us in spirit. And remember, when you hear your name, the name of a classmate, we want you to make some noise. And please help Bennett out from Mount Vernon. He's the only one here from Mount Vernon today. So if you hear Mount Vernon, cheer for Mount Vernon too, right? And when you're announced, we want you to please come forward to accept your award. And with that, are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. We're going to start with our Video, TV, and Film Awards. Here's Rylan.
Our first award today for best use of sound in a video. The nominees are from Richland County High School Duck Season, A Thanksgiving Story, directed by Kaylee Klein with Maddox Garrett, Michael Taylor, and editor Allison Klein. And from the Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center, Jaws by Olivia Burklow and Graceland Sullivan. And the winner is Jaws by Olivia Burklow and Graceland Sullivan. Congratulations. Please welcome Rebecca Barker.
Geez, I'm much shorter than all of them. Our next award is for Best Use of Motion Effects. And the nominees are all from Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center. Poppy by Mariah Moore, Peace Tea by Kaylin Austin, Oreo Cookies by Maya Torres, and Azit Pizza by Cole Morgan. And the winner is Poppy Promo by Mariah Moore. Now please welcome Eli Grimes.
The next award is for Best Use of Video Effects and Editing. And the nominees are from Richland County High School, 3 hours for 30 seconds, produced, filmed, and edited by Andrew Smith. And Stop Motion by North Clay High School by Olivia Hahn. And the winner is 3 Hours for 30 Seconds by Andrew Smith. He may not be here. He may be one of the schools that was not here, so that's okay. Let's see. So we will welcome, well, Olivia is here? Okay, I'll come give it to you. You're okay. No, it's not hers. It's not hers? Okay. You just keep this for there? Yep. Okay, perfect. Here's Kyle.
All right. By the way, for instructors and anyone else, please take pictures as you want. We're going to give you an opportunity to take all the pictures you want on stage when we're done here, okay? So, our next category is Best Video Feature Story. The nominees are from Carmi White County High School, Cordy Cam, written, created, and edited by Cannon Knight with Ashlyn Rager and Landon Elliott. Also from Carmi White County High School, Hall Monitors, written, directed, and edited by Landon Elliott with Kyler Fisher, Ashlyn Rager, Aiden Willis, Anna McPherson, Susie Jackson, and Connor Newell. From Richland County High School, Halloween Music Trivia, hosted by Ray Waltz, Prax LaCoix, editor and camera operator. Congratulations to all the nominees. I don't think any of them are here today, except watching remotely. So the winner is Hall Monitors from Carmi White County High School. They're watching on video. Give them a clap. All right. Here's Rylan.
All right. Okay, so now presenting the award for Best Video News Package. The nominees are from Flora High School, Mean Girls with Camry Austin. Also from Flora High School, Wolves Cheer Camp. And the winner is Mean Girls with Camry Austin. Okay. Right. I don't think they're here, so moving on.
Now I'm presenting the award for Best Video News Interview. The nominees are from Mount Vernon High School, Ramcast Black History Month interview with Savannah White, and from North Clay High School, the Cardinal Chirp, Superintendent interview with Olivia Hahn and Jesse Widener. And for the first time today, our committee was on a deadlock. It was a tie. 2 great interviews. Congrats to both Mount Vernon and Savannah White. In North Clay, Olivia Hahn and Jesse Widener.
All right, next is the award for Best Promotional Video. The nominees are from North Clay High School, Small Business Commercial for the Fair Lady by Olivia Hahn. And from Richland County High School, the Big Game movie trailer edited by Jackson Kramer with Andrew Smith, Noah Heffron, Gabe Guzman, and Roan Dermis. Congrats to both nominees. And the winner is North Clay High School Small Business Commercial for the Fair Lady.
Okay. Our next category is Best Corporate Video, and the nominees are both from Southern Indiana Career Tech Center. First, A Zip Pizza by Cole Morgan, and Scott Township Fire Department by Mariah Moore. And the winner is A Zip Pizza.
Are we having fun yet? All right, keep it going. Next up is the category of Best Topic Awareness Video. The nominees are 988 from Richland County High School, created and edited by Eli Bays with Gavin Geller and Ray Waltz. And from North Clay High School, an informational video on radon for the American Lung Association with Maya Ballard, Alana Szewski. Did I get that right? Say it for me. Suzuki. All right, I'm going to get it right. I even went to Google on that one and asked. It's your fault. Okay, all right. Lonnie Irwin, Olivia Hahn, Callie Johnson, Sydney Kincaid, Sierra Payne, Mattia Price, and Leah Weatherholt. And the winner. Once again, a tie here. We couldn't make the decision, but congratulations to both Richland County with 988 and North Clay with the radon video. Come accept your award. All come up. You all deserve it. This looks like a good picture. There's that. Hold that. Come on down. If I said your name, come on down. And now clap for it.
The next category is Best Video Podcast. And the nominees are from North Clay High School, the Cardinal Chirp Alumni Podcast, with Elena Suzuki, Jesse Widener, and Paris Van Dyke. And from Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center, the Pretty Committee, with Madeline DeGenhart, Mariah Moore, and Kaylin Austin. This one was a very close race. And the winner is the Pretty Committee, Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center.
All right, the next category is Best Video Show, and the nominees are from Flora High School, The Howler, episode number 1, hosted by Camry Austin and Josh Nash. From Hamilton County High School, Hot Ham and Cheese, Solar Eclipse, hosted by Brody Baker, Jagger Mitchell, and Braden Ritchie, with Desiree Dockery and Aiden Karcher. And from Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center, WPSR General Newscast with Madeline Degenhardt, Cole Morgan, Jenna Sturth, Victoria Abernathy, and Aiden Paul. And the winner is The Howler from Flora High School.
Next is Best Video Sports Story, and the nominees are from Carmi White County High School, Record Breakers with Landon Elliott and Ashlyn Rager. And from Flora High School, Softball Preview, hosted by Josh Nash. And the Emmy goes to Record Breaker, Carmi White High School. Don't think they're here.
Next, we have the Best Sports Hype Video. And the nominee and winner is North Clay High School with North Clay Sports Edit by Olivia Hahn.
Next up is the Best Video Sportscast, and the nominees are from Hamilton County High School, Hot Ham and Cheese, submitted by Aiden Karcher. Woo! From Mount Vernon High School, Ramcast Sports, hosted by Cam Meyer and Demetrius Honor. And the winner, Hot Ham and Cheese, Aiden Carr.
All right, next is the award for Best Music Video. And the nominees are from Richland County High School, Beans, edited by Jackson Kramer with Rowan Dermis and Gabriel Guzman. And from Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center, Thrift Shop by Aiden Paul. And the winner is Thrift Shop by Aiden Paul.
Hey, Kyle. Is there a page missing out of here? Where's short film? Because you just did this one and it goes to here. Oh, there it is. You're good. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Next award is for Best Short Film. And the nominees are from Richland County High School, Abstract by Jackson Kramer. From Mount Vernon High School, Don't Waste Food by Landry O'Neill. And from Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center, Microwave by Hunter Fulkerson. And the winner is Abstract by Jackson Kramer.
Our next category is for Best Sports Graphics. And the nominees are all from Hamilton County High School, Ada Ashcraft with Senior Night, Hunter Graves with Starting Five, and Desiree Dockery with Game Day. And the winner is Ada Ashcraft, Hamilton County with Senior Night.
Next, I have the nominees for Best Sports Poster Design. They are from Hamilton County, Trenton Pike with his senior poster. Woo! There we go. From North Clay, Matthew McPeak with his senior poster. Also from North Clay, Sylvia Roby with senior poster. And finally from North Clay, Carter Walden with the senior poster. And the Emmy goes to Matthew McPeak.
I did something!
Right. So next up here, I have the pleasure of presenting the award for Best Online Content for work on their social media sites and website. And the nominee and winner of this award is the Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center for the website and social media sites for radio station WPSR.
All right, and it's now time for us to do the awards for Best Radio Station Work. I don't want to take the drama out of things, but all of these awards are set to go to the Southern Indiana Career and Tech Center. They're the only school here with a radio station, but we do want to congratulate the students deemed the winners in their respective categories. So we begin first for Best Radio Sports Show. Nominees were Jennis Girth, Madeline Degenhart, as well as the team of Hunter Fulkerson and Carter McCord. And the winner is the team of Hunter and Carter. For the Best Radio Air Check, the winner and nominee, Jennis Girth. For Best Radio Newscast, nominees Madeline Degenhart and Cole Morgan. The winner, Madeline Degenhart. For Best Radio Interview, the nominee and winner, Victoria Abernathy. For the Best Radio Imaging Award, our nominee and winner, Olivia Burklow. Victoria, you stood up again. I thought you were coming again. There you go. Next, the award for Best Radio In-Depth. The nominees, Carter McCord and Lina Smith. The winner, Lina? What is it? Lena, I'm sorry. Well, it doesn't matter. If she's not here, we can call her whatever, right? No, the winner is Carter McCord. Don't tell her that. That'll embarrass me. Next up for Best Radio Podcast, the nominees are Overrated with Jennis Girth and Cole Morgan, and The Return of Papa Sully, which needs to have an award just for the name, with Lena Smith and Gracelyn Sullivan. Our winner is Overrated with Jennis Girth and Cole Morgan. And that gets us to our final award, the nominees for Best Radio Drama. Rapunzel by Victoria Abernathy. Real Elves of Santa's Workshop with Olivia Burklow, Rebecca Follett, Mariah Moore, Bryce Harder, Victoria Abernathy, Kaylin Austin, and Cryan Corder. Did I get that right? Okay. And the final nominee, Scared to Death by Mariah Moore and Olivia Burklow. The winner, Real Elves of Santa's Workshop. Please, everybody, give yourself a round of applause. You did a fantastic job, and again, we are so very impressed with the work that we saw. It was very hard for us to pick winners in some categories, and again, be very proud of what you've accomplished. We sure are of you. I should get a plug in that classes at Wabash Valley College begin in August, And we hope to see you in our radio TV broadcasting program this fall. I know that you're excited to go to lunch, but on your way out, as another token of appreciation, even though I have seen a few today, if you have not yet received an 89 Won the Bash t-shirt or would like another, they will be ready for you out in the lobby. Also, if you would like, I know my friends from Evansville have not yet been here, so we're going to take anybody who is wanting to go down around on a tour to our facilities here before you say goodbye. So if you want to wait out in the lobby, we'll start that tour in a few minutes. Also, feel free to come on stage and take any photos you may want to take before departing. I hope you had a good time. Any time away from school is a good time, right? Thanks again, and we'll hopefully see some of you in the fall and the rest of you back here for our second annual Emmy Awards. Thanks for coming, everybody.